Fucking hell. Right, my name is Dave, guys. I'm from a small place called England. I'm from a small town in central England called Leicester. Anyone heard of Leicester?
Yeah!
It is a shithole, to be honest. Yeah, it is a bit of a shithole. My town, there's not really a lot there, to be honest. One thing that we do have there, though, is a space centre, right? Leicester is the home of the British National kind of Space Centre, which is home for the British Space Programme. Unfortunately, Britain doesn't really have a space programme. Yeah, it doesn't really have a space programme at the moment. So what we've decided to do in the meantime, we've decided to fill it with the country's largest and most proud collection of children's drawings of space rockets. And some of these drawings, like the children have even used a ruler the size of the rocket and everything. And the colouring in, they've even kind of kept it within the lines and everything, so they've done a great job. And there's one drawing in there which is my favourite, because I kind of go to the Leicester Space Centre quite a lot, just to kind of pass the time. And my favourite drawing, right, there's this drawing on the wall where there's this beautiful rocket which is flying in space, and you can see all the kind of the black of the space in the background, and you can see all of the stars in the background, and the rocket, just like that up there, right, you've got the fire coming out of the back of the rocket and everything, and it looks fantastic. So you've got the beautiful space in the background, and you've got the fire, and the last time I was there, I was standing and looking at it, and I looked at the bottom, and it said, by John, age 4. I thought, wow, that's fantastic. Age 4, and he's done that, right? Because it was beautiful with the background, the black space, and all the fire coming out of the back. And I looked at it, and I looked closer, right? And there was beautiful fire coming out of the back, beautiful space in the background. And I thought, I looked at it, and I thought, can't have flames in space. No oxygen, is there? Little John's really going to fuck this up, isn't he? And to think that he had the cheek, right, to put that up in the National Space Centre, the home of the British Space Programme. I mean, what would the Americans say if they came here? What would the Russians say? It's a fucking embarrassment. To be honest, it fucking ruined my visit, to be fair. I've written it in the visitor's book there, and I had a word with the lady on reception, and despite protests from John's mother, I've had it taken down. To relief to us all. Don't worry guys, you can't visit Leicester Space Centre again. And I've also made sure that John will never ever take part in the British Space Programme in the future, and John will never ever work at Leicester Space Centre again. Not even on reception. Fuck it. So we actually had the first British guy to do a spacewalk a few months ago. Whoa! No, don't cheer, right? It got all this attention in the media. The British press were kind of congratulating him. And I was thinking, it's not really a spacewalk, is it? It's more of a kind of space float, really. I mean, you don't even need to know how to walk to do it, really, to be honest. I mean, I was floating around in the womb, right? And, you know, you don't even really need to know how to do the spacewalk. You don't even need to know how to walk, to be honest. And I was just thinking, I kind of walk around all day as a tour guide here in Prague. This is my job. And I walk around for about 3 hours. If you want to see someone who can walk, right? Watch me, man, because... And I have to carry a bag around as well. And a bag, and I've got to carry around an umbrella. It's supposed to look like a white knobhead. And yeah, I don't get any praise at all, which really annoys me, to be honest. And I don't understand why astronauts get so much praise in the first place, really. All these kind of intelligence tests and all of this kind of training that they get. I mean, how much training does it take just to shit in a bag, really? My nan does that. She didn't get any training, she's not had any training at all. That's it, yeah, it's like, and she deserves it, really, to be honest. Let's have a big here for my nan, then. Man. And she has to kind of refill it herself as well. It's one of those where you have to kind of empty it out, and then you've got to kind of refill it again after, so... Yeah, she does quite a good job there. She doesn't get enough praise, she deserves, really. But also, we're actually trying to make a porn film in space. Have you heard this? This is actually genuinely true. They're making a porn film in space. Like a porn video. They're actually trying to raise money to do this. And I just thought, finally, a worthy cause that I can donate my money to. I've cancelled my direct debit to UNICEF. And it's now going to pornhub.com. I've been thinking of some storylines, really, for the porn film, because I kind of think about porn. Yeah, I wank quite a lot. In fact, I'm hoping to be home about half an hour, so I can get back to it. So let's power through this. Let's get through it. It's a bit of an inconvenience, this, to be honest. So I think the porn video should be called Into Stella, right? I think if we're going to spend so much money on it, right, we need to have a proper storyline, right? And if we're having a proper storyline, we should go right back to the origins, really, of the porn video, and we should do the kind of the plumber. Right, so the plumber comes round, okay, so the plumber is going to come round and he's going to kind of knock on the side of the rocket. And he answers the door, and he's like, oh, I'm here to fix the plumbing. And she kind of says, there's no real kind of plumbing here. To be honest. It's a space rocket. Can't even plumbing, to be honest. Well, there's not even really a sink or a toilet, to be fair, so you just kind of, I just shit in a bag. Oh shit, have I got the wrong address then? Is this the right place? If you're in space, then probably not, to be fair. Is this sort of 33 Denver Street? No. If you want that, you're quite a way away. As you've come such a long way, come in. So they come in and they get talking, and it's kind of like, oh, it's getting hot in here in this rocket. So he takes the spacesuit off, and they get talking for a little bit. And of course, then they get down to the inevitable sex part. And quite weird, wasn't it? Because they'd be kind of floating around. Going over here. Back again. Off the wall. Following around. Quite good at this, actually, aren't I? It's a shame I'm just such a disappointment back down here on Earth, really. I feel like I'm doing quite well here, actually. Oh, and also, 360. And imagine the glory shot. Jeez, like, just kind of, semen just floating around everywhere. And then the woman's kind of floating around, trying to... Amazing, wouldn't it? She wouldn't have beer in her hand. Yeah, she wouldn't have the beer in her hand, because obviously the beer would be kind of floating around as well. She wouldn't know what was what, would she? How would you tell the difference between the beer and the cum if it was all kind of floating around? It's one of those kind of difficult life situations. Imagine that would be really, really difficult, actually, because you're trying to get to that little bit of cum that's just kind of just there. You don't need beer floating around, do you, when you're trying to swallow cum? That's really. Imagine you're trying to get to that little bit, and there's so much stuff in the way. How frustrating that would be. And she'd kind of be floating around like, get out of the way, I'm trying to get to this piece. Ignore the walk, by the way. I didn't really know how to do the walk, to be honest. Baskervilles have not provided the zero gravity facilities that I was hoping for. To be honest, it's annoyed me a little bit. I'm improvising. I've had a go. I'm improvising. I don't know what I'm doing now. Up here, to be honest, pretending to swallow cum, to be fair. My girlfriend was going to be here tonight, and thank God she's not here.
Turn the microphone off. Turn the microphone off, but I'm going to do it. Turn the microphone off. I've only got one line to go. Keep going.
Swallowing cum.
Fantastic. Don't think I'll be watching porn in quite the same way when I go home. I'm just going to imagine Dave floating around. Thank you for that. It's going to be a wonderful image. Give it up again for Dave. Absolutely brilliant stuff. So we have one more comedian to bring up on stage. Misha, was the noise okay?
Yeah, it was great. I really wanted to stop him, but I was really wanted to know whether he will catch it.
Catch what? The cum?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sure you'll be happy to answer all your semen catching related questions after the show. We have a 30-minute live podcast Q&A with Dave on intergalactic porn. So do stay tuned for that. It'll be unmissable. Okay, are you ready to go crazy for your